Welcome to this video where I'm going to give you a general guide on how to build a WordPress website with AI. Now you might think to yourself, what the hell are you talking about? That sounds terrible. Believe me, this is a very, very good system. I'm going to give you everything you need, including prompts, etc. This short video is based on one of my SOPs or one of my classes from the school. If you want to join the school, then you get all of this information all written down, It's much easier to process like this, in my opinion. It's much easier for me to write this information, in my opinion. However, in today's video, what we're going to be doing is giving you a kind of overview of how to develop a website using AI and on WordPress. So let me just show you an example website, right? So let's just go to irishbreweриesdirectory.com. This is completely generated by AI, including the information on the pages, right? So if I just go on one of the breweries, you'll see that it has all this information here, has all this information, has these, it has some contact, etc., right? I'll show you another example in just a second, but I just want to show you that this actually works. If I do site and then irishbreweries.com, you'll see that we have up to 40 something pages indexed on Google. There are only about 80 pages on this website. This is a headless WordPress website. You can do both headless or with a theme. And let's talk about that now. So there are two things you can do here. You can do headless, right, which I only found out the other day what that actually means. I didn't know for a long time. Or I don't know what the opposite of headless is, but I'm just going to say with a theme, right? So what headless does is it's where you don't generate pages. The pages are generated from templates and variables, right? What does that mean exactly? What the hell are you talking about? I'll just show you what that means right now. So this is a headless website that is generated by variables. Each of these variables that you can see, so example beers, the about section, all of this, the website, is based in a CSV, right? So different columns. So you have website name, business name, website, phone number, all the beers they sell, right, in a CSV. And then you generate a template which renders this CSV depending on the variable that is there, right? So in this case, the business name is Dungarvan Brewing Company. And if I showed you the CSV, you would see that that would be the case. The business name would be Dungarvan Brewing Company. Now the other one is with a theme, right? Or not headless. In this case, you have to manually, or not manually, as I'll show you in this video, you can also use AI for this. You have to create the pages and then fill the pages with info, can do programmatically. So don't get confused by these two things, okay? Headless, non-headless. The difference is mainly one is a template, right? It's a pure template populated by variables. The other, you have to manually create the pages, or not manually, you can use AI. You have to create the pages and then they become the SEO, right? I prefer headless. We won't be focusing on either of these. I'm going to show you a general guide to this. I only found out what these were because the AI decided to develop with the theme yesterday. But normally I was doing headless and I didn't even know that. Okay, so let's get into this actual process. You're going to need two things. You need local WordPress, right? The reason for this, by the way, if you're not aware, is WordPress is a database, it needs a database, right? So if you are not running an SQL database on your computer and you don't know how to install WordPress, etc., right, then just use local WordPress, because what this does is it does all of that for you. You can actually see PHP version, etc., right? So download this, right? And the other thing that we need is Visual Studio Code, right? The other thing we need is Visual Studio Code. Download this. When you're downloading it, make sure to check the option that says Open with Code. I'll just show you what that looks like. While you're installing, there is this option here, right? Make sure that you say yes to this. This is quite important. You do need this, so make sure you tick all of these, right? When you're installing Visual Studio Code, okay? So once you've done that, probably need to restart your computer and then open up local WordPress. Now, just before we continue, I will show you another example website that I'm currently working on that was completely AI generated, right? So I believe it's this one here. Don't ask why I have so many websites. Um, I've just been doing a lot of experimenting recently. I could show you Plums as well. I'll show you that too, which is a local lead gen website. So far I've shown you an example of a brewing directory, right? But you can also make local business WordPress sites and also the other one, local WordPress business sites. And yeah, I'm not sure why. The other one is a directory, right? So directory and local WordPress with business websites. You can make e-commerce stores like this as well. I haven't got into that yet. All of these SOPs, everything you might need are on my school. So like I said before, definitely check out the school. It will be the first link in the description. People are always online. People are always learning. And it's full of very, very intelligent people, except me. I don't know why, but this one is not working. I have no idea why, but let's just show you the local lead gen website that I created, or AI created for me. You can see here, this has got loads of different websites, or loads of different pages, sorry. So if I go on tap installations, you'll see this was all generated by AI, right? This hasn't done the SEO, actually. I thought it had, but it hasn't. These are all real reviews. Everything is real here. This is just someone's business that I made them a free website. I haven't sent this to them or anything, but I just did it as an example. So you can see here, these are all the places that they service around this area in Galway, in Ireland. And yeah, this is kind of what I want to show you in today's video. Okay, so once you have local WordPress, let's just press plus here, continue. We'll call this example video. Give it a username and password. You can just use test if you want, or think of something better. Kind of confused why this one's not working though. I kind of need it to work because this was a website I was about to launch. Don't ask about my names here, by the way. They're just random names, I promise you. They've got no connection to reality. Okay, there we go, example video. And then if you open this site, it's exactly what you would expect if you went on a hosting provider, bought a domain, did a fresh WordPress installation. That's what we have right here, right? But the cool thing is, if you press this button here, so there's two buttons here, let's go through VS Code first, right? So you open this up in VS Code, and this is actually what a WordPress installation is, right? On the side here, you have the latest version of WordPress. If you go on WordPress content and then themes, for example, you'll see here that we actually have all the different pages, all the different things of the 2025 theme, right? So you can either make a child theme or you can make a headless WordPress website, right? I'm not going to be going into too much detail on those, but just so that you know, this is actually what a WordPress installation looks like, right? And you can add things if you think about it. You can add a theme, right? I could add a theme right now if I wanted, called Big Bosser, right? And then I could edit that theme if I knew what I was doing, or you could get AI to for you, and create whatever you want, right? So we'll just delete that for now because we're not going into that. But I just wanted to mention that because I think that's really, really cool. So this is what it actually looks like, an installation. But the other thing that we need to know is how to programmatically add pages and plugins, right? If I open up the site shell, right, this is the terminal of my local WordPress website. I don't want you to get confused here. This is not my normal terminal, right? This is my normal terminal for my Windows computer. This is the integrated terminal of the local WordPress installation. Okay, so if you did plugin install rank math SEO, I think it's called, right? I don't know actually how to. I don't know what the command is. Wait, let's just ask ChatGPT. So ChatGPT is being weird recently. Let's just ask Claude. Give me the commands to install rank math SEO on my WordPress instance. I can't remember what it is exactly. Plugin install, install plugin. Oh, it might be install plugin. That makes sense actually. Install plugin rank math SEO. Oh, it's WordPress plugin install, right? And then we activate it, right? So let's just do that. We run this command, right? Perfect. That's now run. If I then open the WordPress admin, right, and we created the username and password before for this, and we write our username and password, right, then you can see that opened up Rank Math immediately, right? So I think this is really, really interesting to know because you can also add pages, right? So let's just say, give me the commands to add a page. I didn't say what page, but whatever. So we'll just copy this one, for example. This is just an example, guys. Paste. This should now create a new post. So if we go here, all posts, you'll see. Oh, it's a page, sorry. So go to page, all pages. I just created this page here, right? So we can view this. And the cool thing is, because WordPress is a templated based system, whether it's headless or not headless, it's templated, right? You can create a template and then render that whatever template you want on whatever page you want, right? So what the hell does that mean? What am I talking about? If I just go and activate one of these, right? Hopefully this works. So what it can actually do is it can add this here, which is a custom post type, right? And from that custom post type, so we have the individual breweries. Okay, I don't actually know. Oh, this is the live website. Interesting. I didn't even realize that. So we have the individual breweries, right? Well, it's the local version of the local version of the live website. Sorry, we have the counties, right? So for every county or state in Ireland, then we have a page. We have the brewery types, okay? So microbrewery, for example. Let's open this, and we should see all of the microbreweries in Ireland, right? Bang, there we go. Also in, sorry, the island of Ireland. The reason I did that, by the way, is because Americans don't give a shit about what's Northern Ireland and what's Republic of Ireland. So if we're doing SEO for Americans, no offense if you're American and you do know the difference, but we're trying to make money from Americans here because you know the US and is a big tourist driver to Ireland, obviously because they have a lot of history here. And they also have a very high CPM. So you know, I'm not going to distinguish between the two just because I know technically that Northern Ireland is Northern Ireland and Republic of Ireland is Republic of Ireland, right? I'm just doing SEO. It's not like it matters in terms of SEO, right? It matters obviously politically, but in terms of SEO, it doesn't really matter. So you can see here we also have beer types. So if you're searching for dark Irish ales, then you can see here at the top here, dark ale Irish breweries, right? So we might be able to rank for dark ales Irish, right? I'm not saying this is actually going to be here, but Irish brewery, no, okay, it's not. But that's fine. Like this was released 3 days ago, this website. So this is the really cool thing is that you can make these custom post types, okay? And if I go on themes as well, right? So appearance themes, you'll see that there's this theme that was created by the AI. This is super, super cool, guys. Super, super interesting. Remember, you can add pages automatically. You can add plugins automatically as well. Let's talk about how to actually create one of these, right? So we have example video running here. We'll open VS Code, right? And then we'll open another one here as well, which is a new window. I just want to quickly mention a few things. Now, you're going to need some extensions for VS Code. So you can press extensions here. You could also do everything I'm showing you on cursor as well, by the way. I would recommend Roo Code, install it, okay? It's very, very good. It's amazing. Cline, install it. Very, very good. It's amazing. Augment Code, it's currently free. I don't know how much it'll be when it's not free. At the time of this video, it's free, so it's very, very hard for me to not use it. It's very good at creating one-shot websites. The only thing I'd mention is it probably won't be free for very long, right? So just remember that. So just install those 3 extensions, okay? And then open yourselves up a new Visual Studio Code window that is not inside a folder, right? So this, I have 2, okay? And you can actually put them next to each other side by side like that if you're on Windows, right? And you can drag them through or whatever. This is how I like to do things. So first of all, what we need, right, is data to put into our directory. So if you're doing a local business or if you're doing a directory, it doesn't matter, you still need data, right? So I'll do a local business just because this is a little bit easier, and I'll just take this prompt right here. and then we'll close this and we'll just send this, right? So one quick special mention is MCP servers. I just released a video on MCP servers before this video that you're watching now. I will leave a link to that in the description. It will show you how to install all MCP servers. I'll probably, if I remember, I'll put a link to it at the top of this video right now as well. Finish this video first, but you do need MCP servers. So just try and install them if you don't know what you're doing. Cline is the best for installing, and but I do find Roo code to be a little bit better. I do have Boomerang mode on, so I'll just change this to ask because I haven't really explained Boomerang in great detail on this channel yet. But yeah, let's press enter here. And what this is going to do is it's going to get the information that we need to build this website, right? So you can see here, it's doing research. I'll leave a link to this. I'll put this prompt in the description of the video as well. If you want all my prompts and SOPs though, guys, you will probably have to sign up to the school just because I've never been particularly organized with my SOPs and things, but all of that information is all on the school, right? So here we go. We found their actual website now, pomsplumbing.com. Good. It's going to find some more info here, blah, blah, blah. Okay. And then it's actually going to find some unsplash images for us because obviously we'll need some imagery for a local lead gen website. You don't want to have no images, right? And this is all in the prompt, right? You don't have to fully understand how or why this is working. All you need to know is that this process is laid out in the prompt. So there we go. We get this beautiful big old JSON file, right? Bang, bang, bang. So now we can copy this JSON file, right? And by the way, all of this is possible on Boomerang tasks while you sleep, right? You could get it to create 50 of these websites while you're sleeping, okay? Just remember that's the real power here. Now, if you're doing a directory, it's a very similar method. Once you finish the first one, I still recommend jumping over to Augment code, right? And okay, I need to open the local folder. Hang on. I opened the wrong one here. So let's put this one to the left. There we go, right? So we go to Augment code now. So we still have Roo code open on the right here. Let's just finish doing the research, right? You can continue doing research while you build the website, but just so you know, this is what I'm doing. So I'm going to press index code base here. This is going to read the local WordPress website and understand what it is. I'm also just going to press agent here so that it changes to agent while it's doing that. I do think while is important, just so you know. And then I'll just go to the school. I'll try and leave these in the description, guys. It's quite hard for me to organize both the school and descriptions and things. So I definitely recommend the school if you want to guarantee that it's all there. But I should just be able to go here, copy this, right? Which is my prompt. I'll definitely try and remember to leave this in the description of this video. Put the prompt here, put the JSON, right? Which Roo code just gave us. Copy that. And then underneath this, put that like that, and then just press enter, right? And then literally that's the end of this guide, because in 30 minutes you can come back and the entire website will be finished, right? You actually don't have to know or do anything else. That's everything. You're now done. And oh, I will mention a couple more things though, actually. So once you've done the website, right, honestly, just trust me, this will just build the website for you. You might need to change a few things. You might need to play with it. You might need to vibe code. I hate that word, but you might need to vibe code or whatever, right? You might need to run through a few more things. Actually, we'll just press stop here. Please break up all code into smaller files to make sure you don't go over your context window. Make sure to say that as well. Once you're done, you can actually open up the WordPress website, the admin, right? And I'll show you how to transfer this website to a live WordPress website. This is assuming that you have a host plus domain plus fresh WordPress installation, right? I don't particularly like any hosts. I am using Hostinger just because there's no reason for me to be using Hostinger necessarily over anyone else, but this is what I'm using, right? So I believe the way to do this is you get hosting, which is, yeah, so it's here. So you just get a hosting plan, right? Go for the cheapest one. Obviously, I don't recommend getting any of these. I'm just gonna press select here. Obviously, we want this on 1 month, and we do get a free domain with this, I think. Oh no, sorry, you want the middle one because you get a free domain. If you are really, really trying to make a proper business and not just testing, get the 12-month one here, okay? Reason for that is for a whole year, you don't have to worry about it again, right? And if you're going to have the website open for a year anyway, you may as well get this. It's $2.99 a month and you get a domain, okay? Yes, it sucks that you have to pay 44 bucks and you can just do the 1 month, right? For $11.99. But if this is a serious thing that you're trying to make money with online, or it's a client and you want to charge them a recurring maintenance fee or whatever, I would just go with this option. And just yeah, get the 12 months locked in. You get a free domain with this, right? You can see here, free domain, okay? So get this. The rest of this video assumes that you have a host, a domain, and a fresh WordPress installation, right? So if I just, from hosting it, you can just press like go to admin, right? Admin panel. So you can press admin panel here. You'll just see a blank one and not everything that I've done here. So obviously this is, this has the custom post type and everything. Yours will just be a brand new installation. Okay, so how do we get it to this point? This is super, super important, this part of the video. So we're inside the back end of our local WordPress installation. You can see here it says example video.local/WordPress login. This is not a live website, okay? From here, we go to plugins, add new plugin, and we write all in one migration. And you need this one here, all in one migration and backup. Install it. So we'll just press install here just so you can see this entire process. Once this is installed, you can just press activate here, okay? And then you want to go to the plugin, press export, right? Export site to file. I'm not going to actually press that. And then download the file, okay? Then we go to your live fresh WordPress installation and do the same thing. Plugins, add new plugin. I already have this plugin on this. Obviously it's down here. So we import, drag and drop the file right into here, press import, all that good stuff. Then there are a couple of very important things that only people who watch to the very end of this video will understand, right? We need to, first of all, add some other plugins. So rank math, WP forms, WP legal pages, okay? You can, if you want, right, add this to Augment Code and tell Augment Code to do this for you, okay? But you don't have to. You can also just do this yourselves as well. Add all the pages that you need to add the About Us page, Contact Us page, add WP forms as well, and add a shortcode to the Contact Us page. Create a business email, right? I'm running through this quickly just because it's not that complicated. Go on emails, add a new email. The reason that you want to do this is because if you want to get monetized on Google AdSense, then you're going to have to be a completely legitimate website, which includes having an email, of course. And then literally just keep pressing keep all here on Augment Code. And then we need to do our permalink structure. So we go to settings, permalinks. I don't know what you will have set up on your, or what the AI will have set up on your system, but if you're having problems with this, just ask it to do it for you, okay? And then final stages here, go to rank math, run through the login, create a search console, etc. Go down to sitemap, press settings, okay? And then make sure that these custom post types like counties, brewery types, features, and beer types are all included in the sitemap. Submit a few to Search Console, and then the final stage, I personally like to go to Bing Webmasters, and then also get it indexed here. You can do the same thing. I'm not going to run through that in this video. And that's pretty much it. Now you know the basics of AI WordPress development. I really hope this helps people out. Thanks for watching. If you're watching all the way to the end of this video, you're an absolute legend. Check out the school, and I'll see you very, very soon with some more content. Peace out.